Hey, it's Sarah. If you're new to our channel, my husband Matt and I run the successful Etsy business, Homestead Engraving. Today we're going to show you the new Etsy ad changes and discuss if they're good or if they're bad. We've been reading in the forums and seeing an enormous amount of negative feedback about these changes. So that means it must be bad, right? It's not that simple. We're already complaining about the way Etsy was doing their advertising, so change must be good, right? In 2019, Etsy was running a lot of experiments, and those experiments got us all feeling a little bit on edge about any changes they're going to make, whether they're good or bad. All right, so here is the article straight from Etsy on introducing Etsy's risk-free advertising service. They certainly make it sound like it's a good thing. They say right at the top that you'll only pay a fee when you get a sale. That definitely is the part that's appealing to me. Sometimes we can pay a little too much if we're paying by click. The main thing they're doing is they are breaking apart the advertising in. So the way the ads are right now is they are combined. Etsy ads and offsite ads are combined, and they're breaking it apart. So you're going to have your Etsy ads. They're changing up where they're going to put offsite ads. They're not only going to advertise on Google still, but they're going to advertise on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Bing. So this is a change from just advertising through Google ads, which looks good. I like that they're adding Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. I think that's where a lot of our personal buyers are going to be. I wonder what percentage that'll kind of come down to, if most of them will still be Google ads. And honestly, Google doesn't translate into sales for our company, but we'll kind of see how it goes. One of the big concerns that we're seeing people complaining about is that they will charge you the 12 or 15% if the buyer makes a purchase within 30 days of clicking on the ad. And that doesn't bother me so much. I think if they found me through the ad, I should be responsible in paying that fee. That's all right. This is the same part as at the beginning. You only pay an advertising fee when you make a sale. And I think that's going to be a really great part. Putting your advertising budget and knowing how much you're going to spend, knowing what percentage you're spending, knowing how much money you're spending is going to be great for people. Rather than paying per click and not knowing exactly how much you're going to be spending. All right, then the other portion where they're breaking it down is the Etsy ads. Now, they had been combining these, and there was a lot of grief among people not liking this. I know we didn't like that. Etsy ads always worked for us, and Google ads did not. So we didn't like when they combined them. So it's interesting to see they're going to break it apart and have the Etsy ads separate. Honestly, we already raised our advertising budget for this reason, to go towards our Etsy ads. For the most part, our Etsy ads, whatever we put in, we got more than that back. All right, now we're coming to the part where a lot of people are confused and concerned about. It says for most sellers, offsite ads is optional. And if you fall in that category, that's great. This is for sellers that made under $10,000 US in sales in Etsy in the last 12 months. So the important thing to note is that they're automatically going to enroll you in offsite advertising if you're in this category or not. But if you are under that $10,000 range, you can opt out if you choose to. All right, now the part where people are up in arms complaining about, if you've made more than $10,000 US in sales on Etsy in the last 12 months, you'll benefit most from offsite advertising, so you will be required to participate for the lifetime of your shop. And then they're going to give you a discounted advertising fee. So the difference is 15% if you're under $10,000 to 12% if you are over that 10,000 mark, which that's nice that you get a discount. It's that word required that's making everybody nervous. There are lots of great sellers who sell on Etsy that don't use any of Etsy's advertising platforms or use advertising in another way, or I know some people have their own websites and they feel like they're going to be competing with their own ads. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this requirement kind of works. All right. Oh, here it is. All right. So offsite ads, more than $10,000 in sales in a 12-month period, you're going to pay 12% and it's required. So that's where we land, is we'll be paying offsite advertising. I can tell you that when we do use Google Ads, our advertising rate is not 12%. It's usually much higher. So then it says less than $10,000, you're going to have that 15% advertising fee, and they recommend it. So you can, if you're not advertising now, you can opt out, because they're going to automatically put you in. So make sure you opt out, and then you are just going to keep on going on as you are. And if you decide to try it, I would just recommend adding 15% to all of your items across the board. I think everyone's going to have to be making these changes, so you're going to see your competitors changing their pricing as well. Okay, so this part here kind of makes me chuckle. It says for most sellers, 1 in 10 sales, about 10% will come from off-site ads. I think this is kind of just, it feels like a made-up number to me, because it's hard to predict how many more people are going to click ads. They're getting put in new places. My specific ads have never been on Facebook before. So I would hope that more than 10% will be from ads. Either way, I'm going to include this cost through all my items. So if all my items were purchased through ads, it's not going to affect me as much. So I don't know. To me, that feels like it's not really a good gauge of what's going to happen. All right, and then they have some frequently asked questions down here. The frequently asked questions, they're giving you ideas for how it's going to improve your business, why they're doing it. And it says Etsy takes on all the risks by covering the upfront cost to advertise your listings and the cost of ads that don't lead to a sale for you. So it kind of makes me chuckle, because I'm assuming that the 12 and 15% is going to cover that fee that they're paying. But either way, they're a business and we're choosing their platform to use, so that's their prerogative. So there's a question here, how do I know if I'm making sales? And they do mention that they're going to be introducing a new offsite ads dashboard. So they're going to be rolling out some new ways for us to see the information. So that will kind of help us along the way determine if this is good or if it's bad. Our current Etsy ads campaign, they're going to remove Google Shopping from Etsy ads. So if we currently have a campaign going, which our shop does, your budget will only go towards Etsy ads. So if Etsy ads work for you, maybe start raising that budget. All right, it looks like there's going to be a lot more information coming out, and I think even by next week we're going to know more about what's going on. I'm excited to see this new dashboard. Being forced to advertise, not really the greatest. I can think of just a couple situations in our own personal lives where we did not want to advertise. Maybe we were busy doing family things and my husband and I wanted to scale back our business a little bit for the time being, so we might cut our advertising budget down. Now they're saying we're forced to advertise whether we want to or not. You also might be about to retire. If you're about to retire and you're going to scale back your business to be more of a hobby or more for fun, or maybe you're even about to close your doors and you just kind of want to scale it down in the meantime, this is kind of overwhelming. If you are getting ready to retire and you wanted to scale back your business, you're not going to be able to do that in the same way. You're not going to be able to cut advertising and just do the sales you got off of advertising. Now, all that being said, that doesn't mean that you can't still operate with their new advertising system. You just have to add your percentage. If you are wanting to retire, scale back your business, something of that sort, my suggestion would be raise your prices even more. So, is this advertising change good or bad? I think it's a little bit of both. Overall, I'm excited about the changes because something had to happen. Let's face it, guys, the old advertising way was awful. Comment down below your thoughts. I'm curious, do you think this is a good move for Etsy? A bad move? A good move for sellers? Bad move for sellers? Or good or bad for the buyers? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on how to run a successful Etsy business and more. Glad you got to see me again.